Good morning. I started early and it's really just like starting late at this point. Oh, I'm so freaking annoyed right now. I want to fix my thumbnail, but that's a bit of a pain in the ass too. I'll do that later, I guess. Anyway, all right, so I was showing some content that a little bit sketchy, not really. It was just NFTs. So reading through the verbiage on YouTube. Actually, I don't think anything I was doing was. It was like mildly. I don't even know what it means. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not gonna fly in the face of the sun. We're gonna shut that down. We're gonna start all over. We're gonna start from scratch. Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? Is it a Thursday? I did mention in the previous stream that I do want to start streaming earlier. But because I run up against 8 o'clock and I don't want to stop. The problem is I gotta work and getting my body system tuned to handle that situation a little early. A lot of times that thing don't come to 6:15, 6:20. I need it to come like when I get up at 4:30, just like first thing. So that way that's why you're gonna want to hit that noti bell. Because I may pop in one day at 5 in the morning and just go on. I could sit here and talk to myself. I mean, I do it anyway, right? Oh, by the way, I almost wore this shirt this morning. Let's pop into the big screen. I almost wore this shirt this morning, but I saw two problems with it. One, it was too much red on the screen, Farnswoggle, P. Horsetooth in the house. How you doing? It's too much. Oh, you were a big part of the stream that I shut down. We were looking at those NFTs that you're the creator of, the dudes cutting off their penises. This bothered me. I was looking at it and it was just too much red. I like seeing the black or whatever. And then the second part of the problem is it would have thrown you nerds into a barracuda type or a piranha. It would have thrown you nerds into a piranha feeding frenzy. In fact, just showing that right now might cause some problems. Anyway, I digress. Let's ding 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 ding. We're now like 19 minutes late. I did this on time. I actually did this on time. We're gonna take a look at that real quickly. We want to talk about my validator, which I talked about in the stream that no longer exists. I'm gonna start promoting this, or we're gonna shut it down. I got my bill. I don't promote it, which is just stupid for me. Ian's back. How you doing, brother? So, the minimum to delegate, link down below. The minimum to delegate's 100. You can afford a Harmony One, 100 Harmony One. That's $4 right now. $4. You know what? Maybe splurge a little. Maybe not buy that 24 pack of Bud Ice. Buy you some, 500 to 1,000. 500 Harmony One's like $20. Delegate it. Over time, we'll get there. I need to see progress in this. I want to get this up delegated. I want to be part of the solution, not part of the problem that all you guys just put your head in the sand and ignore. And that is Harmony One is not decentralized. It is highly centralized. It is controlled by a mafia of big validators that control any type of voting that does anything to help small validators. This is a bunch of big money that doesn't give a shit right now. Be part of the solution, not part of the problem. All these guys, they do nothing, absolutely nothing. In fact, they block anything that helps small validators. So let's get me elected. Maybe we can become a DAO, and maybe we can make some changes for the good, for the great Harmony One. I also look forward to opening up validators in the future on things like Cardano for sure. Maybe we can put on some big boy britches and get some Ethereum shit going, some Polkadot shit going. Who knows? Whatever coin du jour is in the future, we want to be involved. We want to be a part of the solution. We got projects we're working on. I'm really excited about that. Should be coming, more details on that. Hopefully coming soonish. I want to be involved in the community, whether it's in Harmony One, whether it's in Cardano. whether it's in whatever it's in. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of opportunity for us to be early pioneers to this stuff. We're learning. We're going to start learning some programming languages over here. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in the next 3 to 5 years? We're still early. This is like learning HTML in the 90s, right? Most people didn't know what HTML was. Hardly anyone knows what Solidity is right now. I talk to smart people all the time in IT, brilliant people in IT. I've yet to have one person say, when I ask them, do you know what Solidity is? And they're like, nope. And we're talking about very, very smart people in IT that do high level shit. I was watching Tasting Works this morning. Tom Sosnoff, I bring him up all the time. Very, very smart dude. They are focusing the majority of their money. This is a team. They do options, futures. These are real traders. This is a pit trader. He invented Thinkorswim. He sold it to TD Ameritrade. Very smart businessman. Created Tastyworks. Created Tasty Trade. Tasty Trade is the platform. Tastyworks is the media network. Anyway, he has a lot of like people, analysts on his team. I'm talking people with PhDs in physics, PhDs in, well, I mean, I should have started it off with PhDs in finance. He's got a couple doctors in finance that do a lot of programming, Python, data scraping, Monte Carlo simulations, and they do a lot of hard and real analysis of like how, like if you sold covered calls in the SPY for the last 10 years, like, you know, what is the payout going to be for you, and all these different simulations. Again, very smart dude. He's got a physicist on his team. She is brilliant and she does some really brilliant stuff. Long story short, what I'm trying to say here is they are focusing all the majority of their money right now is in crypto, developing their crypto. They do sell crypto. They have a wallet coming, and they're focusing on Web3. Let's see. Zero Expense says, I freaking love Thinkorswim. Wish I could trade. Yes, bro. This platform's way better. This platform, well, I mean, Thinkorswim still has some cool things about it. But oh yeah, bro. Tastyworks is the trading platform. It's amazing. Tasty Trade, and it's on YouTube now. In fact, look, don't watch him now. But let's take a look. This is amazing. I wake up every morning. I start watching this at 5 a.m.
On the next slide. So, for instance, if I wanted to...
Oh, that's the physicist right there.
Stock data. Like, let's say that I have returns from the past 4
Oh, wait. No, maybe it's not.
Return beyond the 5th. Is it going to be worse?
I think it is. Julia?
0%,
I think that's Julia. It's kind of hard to tell. She looks like she didn't put her makeup on. And she's got her hair. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Julia.
My label, which will fall into one of those 4 classifiers.
Yep, Julia.
Data on the 5th.
So this is Tom Sosnoff, pit trader.
The future returns range, probably like
pit trader. I mean, we're talking in the pits, right? And then he created Thinkorswim. Sold Thinkorswim to TD Ameritrade, created this network. I've been watching it for years. Every morning, 5 a.m., these two dudes talk with Vanetta Logan. They cover the news. It's really interesting. And then they do a bunch of different segments. You can learn a lot when it comes to options and trading here. And they've been getting heavier and heavier into crypto. So I highly recommend this. This is some of the best. This is the second best YouTube content. Second best YouTube content out there when it comes to trading, stocks, futures, options, and crypto. Second best, guys. Second best. Now, there's going to be a period between like 6:30 a.m.-ish to 8 a.m.-ish. You're better served watching this guy. Guess what? YouTube, you can always go back. You can always go back and watch these segments. You can also go, they archive all this. So like you can always go to Tasty Trade.
This is a pretty pretty straightforward example. I think there are.
You can watch this on your browser. I think it's also on Apple. You can even say, hey, Google, play Tasty Trade, and you can hear the audio of it. But you can always go back and let's see. Did they change this up a little? On demand. So you can go back and check future like last calls or innings segment, Mike and his whiteboard. I think they changed this up a little bit. It used to be like you could always just like
how the stock is going to return today or something like that. But
play like the previous episodes right here, just with even the same day. So anyway, check this out, play around with it. I don't want to spend a whole bunch more time on it. This guy's a genius. I actually.
Well, there's two questions. My first question is, how do you determine if it's successful?
I was trading on Thinkorswim back in the, I don't know, like 2005, 2007, something like that. Love the platform, like zero expense. This one's way better now, right? The way this works, it's freaking amazing. I'm not going to go into it right now. Anyway, I went to the Las Vegas, I think it was 2009, actually, now that I think about it. I went to the Trading Expo in Las Vegas. I had no idea who Tom Sosnoff was. And I was checking out the different trading shows, selling future people. Like basically the scam back then was people selling their ways to make money trading the E-mini S&P for the most part. Like they had different methods of how to scalp the futures, which is basically like snake oil. Anyway, I went to the Thinkorswim one, and this guy, Tom Sosnoff, walks in and plops his dick down on the table, opens up his live trading account on Thinkorswim, and this was the web version that they were rolling out. So they open up the web version, and he opened his live account with $2 million in it, and he just started making options trades, basically talking about, how great it was. And I was just like, yeah, this guy's great. Why trade when you can buy ADA? Jack in the house. How you doing, brother? So we're going to get to I sold some Bitcoin. Why I sold some Bitcoin. I don't want to put a lot into it. I don't want you to read a lot into it. Some potential plans. We're going to talk about Shitlana. Shitlana had another outage. Are you kidding me with this garbage chain? Could you imagine if Cardano were having outages like this? Shitlana, Lolana, Fifi, Fofana, Bobana had another outage, I guess, yesterday. I don't even know if it was headline news. I don't even know, was it? If it wasn't for Vanetta Logan bringing it up on Tastyworks, I wouldn't even know. I almost Googled Shitlana. I'm not even kidding. Solana outage. Reliably unreliable. Solana price, it didn't even dive that much. Solana suffered its second outage in a month. This is not crypto, guys. This is not a blockchain. Why would anyone invest in this? Oh, because you believe what all the venture capitalists are telling you? You believe what all the Kool-Aid pourers are telling you? The price didn't even really dive that much, did it? I mean, I thought we looked at it yesterday and it was around 40. So I guess it's down, like this thing should be at like $5. So this thing should be sub a penny. Like, why would anyone buy this right now? Especially after the Terra Luna thing. I don't get it, right? You try and find information on the technology about Solana. There's not a whole lot out there. You go and try and find the information about the technology on Cardano. The Library of Congress can barely hold it. They tell you about everything. Why is my YouTube? Oh, this must be my private. Oh, I didn't even tell you about that, guys. So, Greg in the house. How you doing, brother? The title's for real. We're gonna get into it. And I mean, it's a little bit clickbaity, but it's for real. It's definitely what do they call that? Free creative licensing. All YouTube clickbait is creative licensing or whatever, but it's real. It's real. I sold Bitcoin, and we're gonna. You know what? Let's just let's see what's going on in the stock market, and let's discuss this Bitcoin thing. Whether it was a mistake, why I did it. I don't want retro in the house. I don't want. Look, guys. I just arrived. Did he finish? No, I barely even mentioned Cardano. I was making fun of Solana. Solana had another outage. Solana is the second. Actually, I think Solana might overtake Kronos as the worst chain in crypto, and I truly believe that. I'm gonna stop pulling my punches. A lot of times I don't say what I feel. Just because I don't want to hurt feelings, right? But you know what? I don't care. I don't care anymore. Bigger question, are you buying more? Yeah, we're going to get to all that. Solana should be like, honestly, I don't know why Solana's above. Why is Solana above even its previous lows last summer? Like, why is anyone buying this? I don't get it. What's holding this up? Yeah, more ADA. I get it, zero expense. So let's talk about Bitcoin. I don't think Solana is a money grab for VCs. Well, I do and I don't. I think it's a long-term money grab. I think it is like they want Solana to succeed. I don't look. I don't have any real opinion of Sam, and I call him fraud just because it's funny, right? Because it kind of works. Sam Bankman fraud. I don't think he's a fraud. I don't know enough about the guy. I've heard a lot of great things about him, and I've heard some crappy things about him. To me, it seems like he cares enough about crypto. He wants crypto to succeed. And he's doing a lot of great things, and he's giving away apparently like 90% of his money or more, 95 to charity or whatever. He's a young kid, so generally speaking, I don't have a problem with him. I don't know I can't have a real opinion on him because I don't know other than like hearsay here and there. It's not like I've done a deep dive on him. Maybe the guy's a raging prick. I have no idea. Guys. I have no idea. When it comes to Solana, I don't even have a problem with Solana being a successful coin. But my ethos is I'm big on decentralization. When I look at something, I look at things like the community and is it decentralized? Solana definitely has a community, but I think a lot of that is driven by misinformation. I think there's a lot of misinformation and lying about Solana. It's TPS, this and that. There's not enough information about the technology, the development, their roadmaps, and it is a lot of VC money. It is highly centralized. It's a lot. So these are the red flags. Highly centralized, a lot of VC money. They're trying to get their stake into crypto. There's going to be centralized footholds in crypto. And I don't know if it was this stream or one of the other two streams. I was complaining about how Harmony One is highly centralized, and it's a big problem. And that's why you need to start giving money or start delegating money to my validator, to Baby Pleb's validator. 100 Harmony One is $4. Do that once a month. And maybe in 2 years, we'll get there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, get them. Anyway, Shitlana, I think you can invest in Shitlana right now. And there's a decent chance. 3 months ago, I would have said Solana is a good investment. Not financial advice. There's a really good chance you can make money investing in Solana. I still think that's the case, but it's becoming a lot more risky at this point. Having outages is not a crypto, right? And Invest Answers will tell you, oh, it's still in beta. Guess what? So is Cardano. How many times has Cardano been down? You want to take a guess? How many times has Cardano been down and stopped producing blocks? If you guess 0, you guess right. Is it slow? Does it have its problems? Sure. Have they told you that, has Cardano told you that it was going to be slow and it's going to have problems and it's still in development? Yes, right? Has Solana told you, hey, guess what? We're going to lie about our high transaction rate and we're going to have outages. We're in beta. No, they haven't told you that, right? Anyway, I'm not going to carry on about this anymore. Who was it? Tomas come in and tell me how Kronos is the best crypto on the planet and shit on most people shit on, again, it's like politics. There's a lot of people in crypto that do this, and they get in these maximalist views on whatever crypto they love, whether it's for I'm not, because I love my boy Tomas, but it was Harmony One at one point. Now it's Kronos. Where's Nigel been lately? He's too busy making rice videos. Nigel's jumping around between like Phantom and Near. He's not really a maximalist though. He just goes when there's opportunity. But there's too many people out there that are like, Cardano's the best chain. It's better than Ethereum. It's better than anything you say about this is garbage. Bitcoin's the best chain. Ethereum's right. We don't know. The jury's still out on all of it, right? And for me, there's going to be more. There's going to be plenty of people at the table, right? I kind of view Cardano as like the Tesla of blockchain, and I say this because Tesla's a really good company. They have some of the best cutting edge technology out there. Some of the second best engineers on the planet, right? The second best engineers on the planet, only because SpaceX has the best engineers on the planet, and SpaceX even helps out Tesla. So same with Cardano, great technology, great engineers. And then that final correlation is going to be people either love or hate Elon Musk, and people either love or hate Charles Hoskinson. So most people's views are skewed by the fact of whether or not they love or hate the leader or not, right? I don't really not invest in a company because I dislike the leader, unless like the leader is like killing babies or something. You know what I'm saying? If the CEO is doing like just treating his employees like shit, on and on and on, because he's an asshole on Twitter, because he talks too much on Twitter, Elon Musk, whatever, right? Or is it a good product? Is it going to make me money? Do I believe in the ethos, this and that, right? So for example, I wouldn't invest in Wells Fargo because I hate the entire company. I think they're the scum of the earth, right? That's a reason. But because you just don't like the CEO or the founder to shit on, you're a little short-minded. Anyway, again, I digress. Nigel decided I agree with your view of 80 and Tesla high-tech. Shit, I like the looks of their car. Zero car options, poor leather style. I don't have a lot of drive time in a Tesla. I like the looks of their car. I've heard about some quality issues and things like that. So I don't know. I'm on the fence about my next car. I want to be a self-driving Tesla van with all the amenities for someone that's handicapped, because that's probably what I'm going to need here in the near future. All right, so real quickly, let's take a look at the stock market. Let's get this going on. Ding, 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 ding. Real quick look. I was watching, I mentioned this in the stream that's no longer available. I was watching Millennial Money this morning. They were talking about some interesting stuff. I'd highly recommend watching this particular episode. They talk about crypto. They talk about what's going on in the stock market and some views with like Walmart is 30% too much inventory, which is interesting, things like that, and where the stock market could head. I found it all very interesting. There's some thoughts that we're going to have a relief rally that's going to last for a couple months, and then we're really going to dump. Jamie Dimon came out talking about how there's a hurricane coming. In fact, Tom Sosnoff touched on that this morning on the morning show, and I agree with him. Jamie Dimon is always behind. He's always late. He never gets anything right. He's basically, he might be a great CEO, but he's an idiot when it comes to what's going to happen in the stock market. Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan has been rug pulling us on crypto forever. In the beginning, he said he would fire anyone that held Bitcoin. You know, he's Bitcoin's a scam. Bitcoin's this and that. Bitcoin, we'll never buy Bitcoin. To now, he probably owns Bitcoin, right? Because he knows he can make a lot of money with it. So anything that comes out of Jamie Dimon's mouth, I'm just saying. All right, so the NASDAQ is actually doing really good today. Well, I mean, it's doing pretty good as of right now. We're 44 minutes into the market. The NASDAQ's up 77. I think crude oil, $116 a barrel. I think there's an OPEC meeting coming up. That could be interesting. We got the E-mini S&P's only up about 6. Let's see, Tesla's up 22, pushing 763. Isn't an Amazon split coming soon? When is that bad boy happening? And what was that, like a 30-to-1 split? 20-to-1? I don't even freaking remember at this point. $20 for 1. June 6th. All right, so we're 4 days away. I know Tesla and Apple really pumped after the split. I'm not so sure. That was the market was in crazy bull mode. I would have, if I gunned ahead, I would say Amazon's not going to do anything special after the split. It's going to do whatever the market's doing. I don't think it's going to pump. I don't necessarily think it's going to dump. It is really cool that you can get Amazon for about $200. Yeah, anyway, that's enough with the stock market. Let's talk about Bitcoin. I'm sure Greg is on the edge of his seat. It was a rash decision. I discussed it in stream yesterday that I was considering, and I'd been considering selling some Bitcoin. Again, I am not making excuses. I'm not trying to rationalize it. I'm not trying to make any type of Meet Kevin comments. Meet Kevin panic sold. I didn't panic sell. In fact, it was not an easy decision to do it. It may or may not have been a good decision. I don't think it's a bad decision. But there are trade-offs that go with this. I have roughly 1.85 Bitcoin. 1.87 Bitcoin. I dollar cost average $100 a week in a Bitcoin. You know what has happened to me recently in the past? I've lost 10 Ethereum from being rug pulled on Anchor. That really hurt. I lost a bunch. So that was like 30 grand. I lost, I'm not even sure. I had to sell another 3.5-ish Ethereum to pay taxes. So I went from like 62 Ethereum. So I'm pushing like 42 to 47 Ethereum now. Let me see if I can figure this out. I have 5 on BlockFi, 20. So that's 30. So I have 27 there, 5 here. That's 32. I have 5 on, yeah, all right. So I have 5 on Tranquil, and I have 10 in Yearn Finance. So I still have 47 Ethereum. So that hurts, man. I used to have 62, right? And I'm more bullish on the upside Ethereum than I am Bitcoin. I'm more bullish Cardano than I am Ethereum. I still think Bitcoin's the safest play, but this is what I did. I sold 0.8 Bitcoin. I don't want to go under a whole Bitcoin, right? So I still own about 1.07 Bitcoin. It hurt to do it, but I was also able to lock in a loss, right? So tax loss harvesting. I sold my Bitcoin at like 30,000. My cost basis on it is around 35,000. So I locked in a bit of a loss there, right? Which I'm cool with. And my plan is to move that. I may rebuy into Bitcoin, but I doubt it. I don't know how the wash sell works with crypto right now. I think they're trying to change the rule. I don't think they've changed the rule, but if they do, it'll probably be retroactive. So I don't know if I want to play with that fire. And I still have one Bitcoin. I really don't think Bitcoin's going to these 300,000, 600,000, even $100,000 numbers anytime soon, right? So I'm looking. So that's roughly around $23,000. So it gives me dry powder that pains me that I haven't had for a while. So I have dry powder of about 23,000, and I'm looking to go either buy Cardano with it, buy Ethereum with it, or buy both. Like buy all Cardano or buy all Ethereum or buy, a mix of both. That is my current plan. But I'm not doing anything at the moment. So the downside, the biggest downside is that this is what I hate when you sell an asset, whether it's a stock or whether it's a crypto, and then you're just sitting there watching the price all the time. Even though it's better off for the market to just like 3x right now, because I still have, over 100,000 Cardano. I have 47 Ethereum. I have 1 Bitcoin. I have 100,000 Harmony. And, Jewel, a lot of Crystal. That shit will go up if the market starts pumping. If the market were to 10x in the next week, that's a lot, that gravy, right? The chances that it happen are not really good. If the market were to dump, I'm losing. Like my net worth is going down massive. But now I'm basically sitting here rooting for it to go down. And I won't hate it, right? If Bitcoin were to go to 8, I don't know when I would start buying though, right? Like right now I'm just chilling. And I'm going to give you my thoughts and an updated, improved outlook on how I feel and what I think is going to happen. I've said quite often, I see my wheel spinning, likely that we're not going to get a rally in the market. So there are some conditions where I think that can happen. I think we're going to spin sideways for a while. Sideways or possibly down, right? Continue to bleed down. We'll see. I don't know. And one updated, man, my thing is spinning hard. Are you guys getting me good? I don't know if I'm buffering really hard. It really bums me out. All right. It looks like it's back to normal. So one thing, the one vibe I'm getting in crypto right now is even though to me, right now we're in extreme fear in Bitcoin, but I don't feel like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel extreme fear at all. I'm seeing a lot of support around this $29,000-$30,000 level. It seems like there's a lot of like people stepping in at this level. The volume's been fine. We go all the way back to the summer. The volume is around the medium. Right? You see high volume during the last May dump. You saw some high volume during the recent dump right here. But for all intents and purposes, the volume is right where it should be, right? So it looks like there's enough supply to come in and meet any selling pressure. But what I think, and again, I don't feel like we're in extreme fear. I think we're at like a 13 extreme fear right now. To me, it feels more like, 30,000 Bitcoin, the stock market's where it's at. It all seems kind of normal to me. The stock market's down a lot. A lot of people are panicking. Don't let me pull out those charts. But historically speaking, is the stock market, this is the NASDAQ. Historically speaking, is the NASDAQ really that bad? We're back at March of 21, right? And March of 21 was the end of the world. We're back at the end of the world right now. And this being the end of the world was ridiculous too, because this is really the end of the world takes us back to August of 20. In the August of 20, people were really happy. In August of 20, people were lighting their cigars. They're up. Oh, wait, here's the end of the world. Oh, wow. Did I get that wrong? All right, the end of the world is right here. So this is the end of the world. But this is before the end of the world. The market was doing really well. We're not at that yet. So the market's doing really well. and then the end of the world happened. So we're 20% up from before the end of the world. So we are still 20% up from 2 years ago when everyone was happy as shit, right? So if we were to go back to this point in time and say, hey, Mr. Average Stock Market Investor, if I could guarantee you a 20% return in the next 2 years, would you take it? Now, some people like Retro wouldn't take it because he needs 20,000% returns. But your average multi-billion-dollar hedge fund is going to take that all day long. If they can get 20% returns annually, I think they don't even get 10%, right? Annually, year over year. So that is the stock market in general, in perspective, is still doing pretty good, right? Just because it's down, it's down massive, but it was also parabolic. People are overlooking the fact that this is parabolic. Usually usually when something goes in a straight line up, you're going to see this move right here. So this is what I foresee, right? A little bit of just this for a while. And who knows, right? Maybe the economy gets worse and it continues to go down. Or maybe the economy's fine and inflation tapers and we go up. Now, a lot of this is overcompensating, they're the market's forward looking. So a lot of it's overcompensating for what the Fed is going to be doing over the next year. Shedding the balance sheet, it's already priced in shedding the balance sheet and like a certain percentage of rate hikes, right? So unless the big takeaway here is unless inflation doesn't slow down or start, reversing, the Fed might increase it more basis points than what they said. Excuse me. Hold on. Oh, I just read Retro's comment, bro. When you get off, I don't know if you're joking or serious. I'm joking. You're constantly up my ass. If you're gonna constantly be up my ass, I'm gonna be up your ass every now and then. Let's see. At Retro, see you in 3 years. You will be crying. Why? Oh, Ricky in the house. How you doing, brother? Here's a decent research on development activity across chains. For the love of God. All right, Greg's telling me to buy Ethereum. ADA is the best ROI. I agree with Jack. Did Retro got mad at me and he's going to be gone for 3 years? Or why are you telling Retro to see you in 3 years? What is Retro going to be crying about? High tech, shit looking car. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Is this a whole thread here? You know what else is interesting? I opened my Kraken this morning and they support the Lightning Network. I guess they have for a while. I don't know exactly. I know what the Lightning Network is, but I don't know exactly what that means. Does that mean anyone that supports the Lightning Network now? If I were to send my Bitcoin from Kraken to Coinbase, and if they supported the Lightning Network, it would just be low fees and almost instantly? Time for at Electric Capital's annual developer report. We analyzed 100. All right, I'm not going to go through this now. I'm going to read this off stream and maybe we can cover this a little bit more in depth later this week. It's already 7:27 a.m. All right, what was Fifi Fobaggins in the house? How you doing, brother? 5 people in the house, 2 likes. For shame, for shame. What was I talking about? Until Retro got all mad at me. All right, so Greg wants me to buy Ethereum. Let's take. Oh, we were looking at the stock market. I was talking about my QQQ. I sold Bitcoin. I saw again. I only had. I had 1. We'll say 1.9 for government work Bitcoin. I sold 0.8. I now have dry powder on the side. I don't think I think I kind of mentioned it, but the thing. Oh, so I was talking about how the fear and greed index, that, you know, we're at extreme fear. It doesn't really feel like fear to me. And what I think is happening, and what I think is going to happen, and you really want to listen right now, boys and girls, because I think this might be the most important thing. I should have titled, I'm going to tell you the most important thing you need to hear about crypto. Maybe I'll reaffirm this tomorrow, and maybe we can discuss this more in depth tomorrow. The most important thing you need to hear about crypto. Like, I need to punch the title up. Help me out, guys. This is so important about Bitcoin. Oh, that's awful. This is the most important thing about Bitcoin or crypto you need to hear in the history of crypto right now. I'm kind of teasing the tip a little bit too right now. So again, everything's getting pretty, you know, it's getting pretty boring. People are getting a little bit... Why? Okay, what did I miss? Like, why is Jack telling you to come back in 3 years? Yeah, I'm teasing the tip. Why, Jack, why are you telling Retro he's going to be sorry and he's going to come back in 3 years? And what are we, like, what am I missing here? Solana and Immutable X are the biggest VC cash grabs. I don't know if that's true about Immutable X, but I'm not really an expert on Immutable X. They're just a layer 2, right? Are they all VC? Is it all VC? Like, I don't pay attention to Immutable X. He said, he said, yeah, but did you say it wasn't? Oh, wait, where did I miss that? ADA is the best. Oh, Jack, you're jacked to the tit. I agree with him. So in 3 years at YouTube, remind Retro in 3 years to get in Jack and Tom's ass or admit that he's wrong. Bet right now, Cardano will have a better ROI in 3 years than Ethereum. I think it will. Jack thinks it will. Greg and Retro are definitely in the Ethereum camp. I'm the first to admit Cardano is maybe. Is Cardano a riskier buy than Ethereum? I don't know. A little bit. I'd say a little bit more. Ethereum still has to prove the proof of stake to proof of work to proof of stake merger. ADA has been a better ROI than Ethereum for the last 2 years to date now, and I think that will continue for the next 2 years. How do you like them apples, bitch? ADA isn't the best ROI overall. There's been coins that have had a higher ROI, but over the last 2 years, ADA's been insane. ADA's been insane. And I think it will be better. It's been better than Ethereum by tens of thousands of percent. I mean, Ethereum had its day in the sun. I agree, it is safer. But what do you mean? Because ADA isn't the best ROI going forward. Look, Jack, I agree with you. I think it's better than ETH, but let's be honest, the jury's still out. If it was better than ETH, everyone would be buying ADA. I believe it's better than ETH. I believe it will prove itself to be better than ETH, but we could be wrong. We could be wrong. This is what I'm talking about, maximalist. Was this stream I talked about people are too maximalist on their coin? Stop being too maximalist on Ethereum. Stop being too maximalist on Cardano. I personally want Bitcoin to be highly successful. I personally want Ethereum to be highly successful. And I want in this, like, I don't care who's 1, 2, and 3, but I want Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano to be the top 3 coins for the next 100 years. That's what I want. I don't care if Ethereum it remains the number 2 for the next 100 years and Cardano remain. I want them all to be successful. And there's some other coins out there that I really like that I would love to see them continue to stay in the top 10. And if one of these were to overtake Ethereum and Cardano and be number 2, and Ethereum moves to number 3 and Cardano moves, I'm not going to cry. If my Ethereum goes up 10, 20, 30x in value, I'm not going to cry, right? There's going to be trade-offs in crypto, just like there's trade-offs in life for everything. Some cryptos are going to be highly specific use cases for certain things, while other cryptos are going to be highly specific use cases for other things. It is a technology that's going to develop, and they're going to have to make decisions like optimizing code for this use case versus optimizing code for that use case. Look, guys, I'm telling you what you need to hear, and you guys continue to believe all the Kool-Aid that all these other mofos tell you. Greg's ETH, AVAX, and Bitcoin. I like AVAX a lot. My bank count's minimalist. So is mine, brother. We know that's for true. I'm not. I don't think that you are. I just see 80 as functioning. Oh yeah. I agree. Their dexes are barely functioning right now, but they have the Vassal hard fork. The rubber is meeting the road right now, Greg. The rubber is meeting the road right now. I believe in the team. And that's part of the reason I'm not buying more right now, but I'm not adverse to buying the Cardano right now. The rubber is meeting the road right now. Cardano has never let anyone down when it comes to these upgrades, other than the fact that sometimes they don't come out on the time that they say. Like they say, this is what we're doing. The update comes out and the update's successful. It's not always on time. So we know what's coming out. The new CIP, one of the new CIP Cardano improvement proposals is, to handle the ongoing concurrency issue. And they're optimizing Plutus application back in, they're adding pipelining, and they're implementing Hydra. These are 3 very big things. Now, this doesn't mean Hydra is like implemented and 100% done, right? This is just the next step on the road. And if I start seeing improvements and the potential of like big improvements, we could see a lot of TVL getting ready to come into Cardano. On the other hand, this could be another like, hey, look, just like they implemented smart contracts, but that doesn't mean that everything was ready to go, right? Everyone had just expected yield farms to be full bore and this and that, right? So we're going to have to see how this plays out. I still believe in Cardano long term. I still believe that in the tech, I still believe that they're going to pull off what they say, whether that's this year or 2024. I'm not worried about it. I'm earning 5%, roughly 5%, right? So I'm earning free Cardano all day long, and it's technology, community that I believe in, and it's highly right. And there's a lot of reasons there why I love Ethereum, right? And I love the leader. I love Charles Haskinson. The technology is the best in IMO, and I know the technology well. The technology, for example, Shitlana, doesn't seem like it's the best. I know what it is. It's a proof of time, and it's a proof of stake. I know there's proof of time in it. I think there's and proof of stake, right? There's not a whole lot of papers on it, as far as I know. There's not a whole lot of information on the team, who's developing it, what they're doing, the roadmap, and the shit goes down all the time. 2 times this month, it stopped producing blocks. How could anyone defend that, right? How can you defend that? I can defend Cardano. You might not listen because you hate Charles Hoskinson, right? I can't help you. There's plenty of chains out there that I don't know a lot about, like Near. I hear great things, but I don't really know a lot about it. AVAX, I know a decent amount. I know what a subnet is in networking, and I know what a subnet means in Avalanche. I applaud them for what they're doing. I don't know a lot about the technology. Is it just a fork of Ethereum, or is it a build from the ground? I don't know any of this when it comes to Avalanche. And I have my reservations about the whole Avalanche subnet. Avalanche is on my radar, and I like them, and I want them to succeed, right? But again, I don't know a lot about the technology, And there's trade-offs with this whole subnet thing. To me, as of right now, subnets are just a gimmick. You're basically spinning up another chain. You're basically spinning up another chain. It's Avalanche, you rename it, it has its own validators, and you call that a subnet. All right, well, now you have whole RPC, more validators, right? Does it really make sense? Is it really going to work? I don't know, but I have my reservations about it. There are some things like Phantom, very interesting to me, right? The whole DAG, decentralized acetone, I don't know what whatever. Graphs, I forget what the decentralized asshole graphs, acidic or whatever. Very interesting to me, but I don't fully understand it. I do know, however, that Dr. Charles Haskinson is very well versed in DAGs, and that's what import endorsers are. It's basically a form of trustless signing or something like that. And he went in depth in one of his YouTube videos discussing the pros and cons to everything, guys. But you know, apparently it is a good future, and the input endorsers is a very DAG-like technology that they're implementing into Cardano. Hydra scaling, some SMP, symmetric multiprocessing of transaction. I am very well. I may not. I'm not even going to bring up the embarrassing fact that I was looking at the pictures of a CPU this morning, and I saw the transistors. I never really paid attention. I just slap them on. I wasn't a computer science major. I didn't take classes on, you know, designing ASICs and all this. So, oh yeah, that is a transistor. Anyway, what was my point? Oh my goodness. Now I'm off the rails. Oh, symmetric multiprocessing. They're implementing some very advanced features into the tech. The tech goes beyond the code, right? The ability, for example, SMP, you know, you might know it as multi-core, hyper-threading and things like that in a CPU. You know, I haven't heard anyone else talk about this, right? And then the Hydra scaling. So me personally, I do believe Cardano is setting them. I'm not saying, I'm not telling you I'm 100% sure they're going to be the #1 coin. But I am telling you, I believe in their technology and I understand their technology enough that I don't, like when I go in and look at these things, when I go and look at AVAX or when I go and look at Phantom and I go and look at Cardano, time and time again, I'm not really, and I spend a lot of time, much more time investigating Cardano than I do anything else. I don't really come back thinking, man, they're not really taking account for this. I think this could be a problem. You know, what about this? What about that? Other than the obvious things that's already happening, and they already tell you it's happening. And these are things that are going to be fixed with future CIPs. All I hear is a bunch of lies and holes and problems and not enough about the technology with almost any other chain out there. You know, Ethereum aside, Ethereum has great developers. Ethereum was like the first, right? So we'll see how this plays out. Anyway, enough about that. I did sell 0.8 Bitcoin. I haven't done anything with it right now. I don't expect anything to really happen with the market. I don't think I ever answered the question about like, this is the most important thing about crypto you need to know right now. Everyone's getting kind of lazy, getting kind of comfortable. They're either just not paying attention to crypto and what's going to happen is going to happen, or they've already panic sold. And you got your bucket of people. You got your bucket of people. Let me get rid of this. Then they're just kind of sitting here. Oh, that was on the QQQ. Let's get back to Bitcoin. Let's look at this one. You got your bucket of people that are just kind of like your true believers, right? Your true believers that are that are still hodlers, that they think they're holding on for dear life. But I would say a decent percentage of these people just haven't met their point yet of when they're really going to sell. I feel like You know, the manipulators out there, even the Jamie Dimon, like Jamie Dimon might be behind what I'm thinking could happen here in the very near future. He might have just put that article out saying there's going to be a hurricane coming to the, you know, to all this stuff, and it's really going to dump here in the next few months. But by year end, that, you know, it's going to be back to where it was at the beginning of the year, something along those lines. Well, he might be setting up what I think is going to happen. I think there's going to be, I don't know when, today, tonight, put some limit orders in. Put some ridiculous limit orders in that probably won't get filled when it happens. But I think there's going to be a big manipulative push down, especially in crypto, maybe in the stock market. And when you got, you know, criminals, manipulation artists like Jamie Dimon saying the things that he has said, that kind of reaffirms my suspicions even more. But if I was big money in crypto, I would, but you know, long term, I knew it was going to be the future. I would do another big push down right now. I would come in. We haven't seen one of these where you wake up and, you know, like Ethereum crashed 50% in like a 2-hour period. I don't know. It was like October the last time that happened or something, right? You're just sitting here and you can't believe it. The Bitcoin's crashing 10,000, Ethereum's crashing 2,000, Cardano was crashing, and then you know, a couple days later it was kind of back to normal. You know, the last tweet I saw from him, I didn't understand. Maybe there's a new one. Yeah. But I think there's going to, we'll take a look at it in a second. I want to finish this up. I think there's going to be another big manipulative push down. I could be wrong, but it's been a while. And I think the big money is really going to want to scoop it up cheap, right? So this could be, and that's part of why I think these cycles happen. You know, they push it up and then they just beat you down. They beat you down. All they have to do is come in and short the shit out of it. Sell a little bit, short the shit out of it, make a bunch of money, take off their short and buy it back up cheaply. That's all they have to do. And it doesn't take a lot of money to move crypto. The entire cryptocurrency market cap is less than $2 trillion. What is it at now? Like, it's disgusting. Is this everything? The total $1.2 trillion, guys. $1.2 trillion. Easily manipulated by big money, unregulated. So I do think there's a very good chance another push is coming. Let's see. Does Cardano... Wait. Let's see. Oh, yes. Jack. All right. So, let me go back up here. Being better. All right. Man, I'm way behind. It's Jack. Being better doesn't mean anything without an active develop base. Cardano has a highly active developer base. I'm not an Ethereum maxi. I just see. Oh yeah, I talked about that. I shared that report. All right, I will read that report. I promise. It's already 7:46 a.m. My bank account. Retro and Greg need to get a room. Let's see. BTC and Cardano are my top 3. BTC, ADA. Bro. Jack, you listed 2 coins and you said they're your top 3. Retro said the same thing. Ian laughed. Goddamn, you're smoking the ADA. Yeah. I know there are 2 ADA and BTC. You're a little bit too maximalist. Ethereum. Jack Cat. Yep. Retro's right. Oh yeah, this talk about Tom. We have interviewed some game devs at my job. Let's see. Most of them mention not like sharing a distribution platform with other games. What does that mean? They felt comfortable knowing AVAX has subnets and Cosmos zones. I love Cosmos and the IBC. If shards are similar to subnets and no, shards is like Hydra scaling. Shards is coming to Ethereum. Yeah, it kind of is. Except validators could be multi-sharded. Like the more people in Harmony, the more people you get on your validator, you can add a shard to your validator. But so it's not like subnets is dedicated nodes. Like you have dedicated nodes on your subnet. That's all they do. It's basically its own blockchain. It's just a hard fork that probably gets updated the same with AVAX, right? But we have interviewed some game devs at my job. Most of them mentioned not like sharing a distribution platform. I don't know what that means. ELI5. Does Cardano have something like... I don't... You're going to have to ELI5 that. Cardano have Charles. Check Charles. He talked to... All right. Let's see what Charles... His last tweet I didn't understand. I didn't spend a lot of time on it. Oh, I asked a California lawyer what the definition of a fish is, and he said that he doesn't know. He's an ichthyologist. I didn't click on this, so maybe this will help explain it. California court rules that bees are fish. I gotta be honest, I don't fucking care. Anything that has to do with the California government, I don't know how that relates. Yeah, are you talking about a different? Enjoying the sync here? Like his last few tweets have just been stupid as F. More gifts, who gives a shit? More gifts, who gives a shit? More memorial chat with me. And what is this? Metallica? Was he at a Metallica concert? I know most of you nerds don't know who Metallica is. It's one of the better bands. I don't know. Oh, okay. You want me to go on about Plutus? A lot of people. Oh my goodness, Retro. I'm beginning to not like you. So, Bitcoin. Nimrod in the house. Have I said that yet? Nimrod in the house. How you doing, brother? There's a lot of... Let's see. I've researched... All right, so... Tom, you should take a night and research AVAX subnets and the value prop there. I don't think you... there's not... what is there to understand? Avalanche subnets are simply... And correct me if I'm wrong. It's simply the current live fork of AVAX with its own validators. That's all it is, right? Its own RPC network and its own validators. That's all it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? So there's trade-offs to that, right? Now you gotta maintain your own RPC network and you gotta maintain your own validators, right? And you gotta maintain keeping the code update with the current AVAX. Well, show me an article, link me an article, or tell me what I'm getting wrong, or link me an article that explains it better. All right, I can't wait to get to this Retro stuff. So short-minded, Retro. There are a lot of shit projects, but I don't think ADA is worthy of that title. Even that. Oh yeah, and I mentioned this yesterday. That's one of the big problems. The two biggest problems with Cardano is their leader can be annoying AF, and the ADA maximalists on Twitter are toxic AF. They're the most annoying people on the planet. I want them to shut up just as much as anyone. You just got to ignore them, right? It's not helping Cardano at all, right? They need to be more kumbaya, right? You get more you get more bees with honey there, Charles Hoskinson. Speaking of bees, you get more bees with honey. I agree. Cardano has some impressive tech and research behind it, but the one tiny piece of the whole puzzle you can have absolute shit tech becomes the greatest because it onboards devs faster. Cardano is a longer play. It's going to take a little bit long. Dude, in 2016, how many Solidity devs were there? How many people were doing smart contracts? Solidity wasn't even invented yet, was it? Or it was just getting invented? Okay. I'll break out a couple stories for you. Like, what's the Cardano programming language? It's Haskell and Plutus, right? They have the Plutus Pioneers program. Devs are tripping over themselves to get into the Plutus Pioneers program. tripping over themselves. And when they get invited, they tweet from the top of the rooftops in Twitter. It is a very efficient language that it will take some time to learn, will take some time to mature. Its biggest value add is it's highly secure. They have certification programs they're working on so that they can certify the programming, unlike a lot of this, like get audited by some shit firm on Solidity. I have listened to people. I was listening to this guy before he even got to the punchline. I could tell he was a brilliant coder. He knew his shit. He was talking about, all these different things he was doing. And then he was talking about, and then I went and I started taking this Haskell language, and I'm just sitting here going like, what is going on here? This is some of the shittiest, dumbest, makes no sense language I've ever done in my life. Cut to 3 weeks later, he's like, why isn't everyone doing this, right? This isn't coming from my mouth. This was coming from a coder. And I could tell he wasn't someone that was just fresh out of high school and just learned, Python in 2 days. Ian says Cardano smart contracts will be compatible with all programming languages. I'm going to have to take your word for that. I don't know the accuracy of that right now. I'm going to assume you're correct. I do know they have Ethereum compatible side chains. They're doing layer 2 side chains, things like that. And they have ERC20 converters, making a lot of that easy. Again, it's a longer term game. I think in the next 4 to 5 years, you could see a paradigm shift to where like Haskell makes a lot of sense, right? Again, there may be trade-offs. The whole Haskell Cardano thing might be highly specific use cases for certain things like identity management, which is huge. Governments, helping governments set up their own monetary policy and stable coins and things. Like these are like long-term things. You have no idea. Will Cardano have gaming? Of course they'll have gaming. Will Cardano be completely fit for gaming? I have no idea. Will Cardano have layer 2 side chains that will be fit for gaming? Well, they have layer 2 side chains, right, that use the Cardano contract. So that's somewhat like, I guess, what you're asking for, Retro. They have a couple EVM compatible ones that I think could be very interesting to at least set ourselves up for, to like be ready to move to in case that explosion does happen, right? I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying there's a good chance that it could. I don't know, right? 6 months ago, people would have told you you should be developing for... what's that shit? Immutable X, right? That thing has turned into a big nothing burger. I don't know. You don't know. Anyway, my sources tell me Pascal is a great language. And the thing that I love about it most is they have built a system to develop the developers, to nurture the developers, to teach. Like they have one of the greatest programming minds on the planet designing and creating these Plutus application pioneer classes and courses that these devs go to. They have an amazing support system for Plutus. They are doing that all right. They are setting themselves up for success. Again, I don't hear any of this shit with any other chain. Avalanche, Phantom, even like Ethereum. Is there Ethereum pioneers? Is there Solidity pioneers? Are there programs out there? I've looked. There's a lot of free YouTube courses and paid for YouTube courses, right? But is there a nurturing program? Are they helping nurture Solidity? They kind of don't need to, but at the same time, I think it's a long-term vision that's going to greatly strengthen and increase Cardano. Wait a second. Check his Twitter page. Who the F is bothering learning? I think he said it's because of better security. Oh yeah, it does have. Security is if security is not important to you on blockchain. What sources for what? Cardano needs privacy-focused second layer. You mean like a secret network or something? Are you saying it needs a layer 2 like privacy coin? Oh, maybe that exists. Oh, speaking of LaCroix, I'm parroting. I haven't looked into the weeds. Oh, you're parroting, Eon. Come on, bro. We don't want parroting. What sources for what? I am the source, bitch. So speaking of LaCroix, shout out to Farmswoggle P. Horsetooth. I had my apple cider vinegar lemon drink with the cherry lemon LaCroix, my man. 7:58. I'm so bummed. I feel like I could go another 2 hours. Actually, I feel like I could go all day if my voice held up. We'll go a couple minutes over, I guess, but because I want to check back the markets real quick. I need to talk more about this Bitcoin move, this Bitcoin sale I did. We can get back into the weeds tomorrow. Hell, maybe I stream tonight. It is Thirsty Thursday. Grab a cocktail. Maybe I get on the mic tonight. There is a Rust update today. I have committed to quitting Rust for the most part. I might play some Rust tomorrow night, game night. My plan will be to hop on like a 5x server where it's just something I play for the night and that's it, right? I just get on and try and work on. I'm not trying to build a base and worry about bases. I'm just get on and have some fun. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that goes, or maybe I don't. We got things like The Boys coming out. I'm looking forward to watching new episodes of the Orville that I can't wait for. I haven't, Obi-Wan Kenobi I haven't watched yet. I'm looking forward to that. So maybe you can all kiss my ass. I make a pizza and I watch some TV. I got 2 episodes of Lincoln Lawyer Lab. Anyway, I made my apple cider vinegar lemon drink with LaCroix and it was freaking delicious. I enjoyed it. I'm craving it. I could drink that normal. Like, hand me an ice cold LaCroix, Italian Vulcano lemon juice, apple cider vinegar drink. Hell, like if you drink cocktails, maybe throw a little vodka in it. It was good. Now, I feel like it could use a little bit. I feel like it's not perfect. It could maybe use a few improvements. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe a shot of grenadine, or I don't know. Right? Maybe a little bit of what's that shit called? It's really good for you and it's got a kick to it. It's in I think it's in oh it looks like it's tubular. It's tubes and it's brown and you could shed the skin off and it's white. Is it an herb? What is it? Is it a root? It gives it a nice kick to it, a little spice to it. Come on, someone help me out. I can't stop, won't stop. See, all right, seems like Plutus and Marlowe. I think Marlowe is and then plus Java. I don't even, and the many others with the Marlowe is just like part of Plutus, I think. Oh, C++ is the foundation to like Linux and all that shit. Marlowe is a new language for modding financial. Oh, it's the smart contract language for Cardano, probably, or part of it. I don't know. I'm not an expert on. I just know that they have good nurturing programs. You guys are killing me. I can't get that. All right, I'm just gonna have to give up. I'm getting really freaking hungry. It's technically about another 2.5 hours from allowed to eat. I don't know if I'm gonna. You know what sucks? I'm doing this intermittent fasting. I had an energy drink this morning. I haven't ran out yet, so I'm technically not 100% following it anyway. The problem is I will wake up and I'll be starving like Marvin for a Cool J song. And it gets worse. It hits the stream. I feel like I'm going to faint. I'm so freaking hungry right now. I can't stand it. And then about the time I'm allowed to eat, I'm not hungry anymore. But I'll eat anyways because my window opens, and then I'll eat, and then after I eat, I'm hungrier than when I ate. Bottom line, I'm always freaking hungry. I've been hungry my whole life. Someone give me the spice, the herb, the magic bullet that takes that away. I've done intermittent fasting before. I don't know that I ever got used to it. You just get used to dealing with the pain. The hunger doesn't go away. Okay, you just get used to dealing with the hunger, right? I'm always hungry, but now I'm really effing hungry. Like if you were to set a pizza in front of me right now, I don't know if I could control myself. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's do a quick recap of what's doing in crypto. I guess I got to get to work. I do it for 2 weeks at a time every month when I have to go to work. You only have to work 2 months out of the year. Out of the month. That's pretty cool. What are you, a fireman or something? All right. Total Bitcoin, 30,100. Now I'm sitting here waiting for Bitcoin to crash so I could buy it cheaper. I am going to be looking right now. Like if I were to put my money to work right now, I would probably buy half of it Cardano, half of it Ethereum. That's probably what I do, but I'm not really looking to buy right now. Again, I think a big flush is coming, so I'll seize that opportunity. Then maybe we pump. Maybe we go on a tremendous pump. I'm not going to FOMO it back in. I will just wait for the next dump. You know what I'm saying? I still got plenty of food on the table. And I got a few shekels in my account, right? I don't even think it's a bad idea to move it. I've even considered moving it over to the stock. This money I sold in Bitcoin, I've considered moving it back into the stock market and buying some great deals over there. That being said, I really don't have I don't think the stock market is going to be seeing, or crypto is going to, and I could be wrong. I don't think they're going to be seeing any new all-time highs this year, possibly even next year. I think it's going to be an extended accumulation phase. But if Bitcoin were $8,000 tomorrow, you could bet your ass I'm buying $23,000 worth of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin crashes to $8,000, in fact, I might buy like one whole Bitcoin, so I have 15,000 left. Hopefully Ethereum's at like 300, and I can buy like 20 Ethereum, and Cardano's at like a penny, and I let Cardano go to a penny, let Ethereum go to 300, let Bitcoin go to like 5,000. I'm going to be dancing on the rooftops. I don't think that's going to happen, but I would love it. It would be fearful, like end of the world, like the blood's there. Like there's that's like Game of Thrones on crack. Like, again, I don't think it's going to go below 20,000, but let Crypto Savvy be right, because I'm going to be buying like a mofo. And it may take a while. If Bitcoin were to go to 5,000, it might be there for months. It might be painful as hell. Yeah, but my Satoshi bag is going to go way up, boys and girls. Rex in the house. How you doing, brother? You're going to have to go back and watch the video. Take a shower when yeah, I've been working on cold showers too. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea there, Nimrod. Drink water when you're hungry. That doesn't really help. Yeah, let's see. All right. No, I just sold some of my Bitcoin, Rex. Long story short, I have 1.87 Bitcoin. I sold 0.8 Bitcoin. You should YouTube Dr. Oh, hell yeah. Ricky with some alpha. Yeah, I have 1.87 Bitcoin. I sold 0.8 Bitcoin. It's sitting there on the sidelines to buy Ethereum or buy Cardano or buy Bitcoin if the market dumps, right? That's the Cliff Notes, bro. So I do watch this one bro. So let me check this bro out. Dr. Eric Berg. I like this guy. He has a lot of good stuff. The problem with him is he's intermittent fasting with ketogenic diet. I do think that's a really good diet to be on, but I can't do ketogenic because I'm a vegetarian. So unless I just drink olive oil and avocado oil all day long and a shitload of like 10 a case of beans a day, I don't know that even the beans have too much carbs. I don't know if there's a way to pull off the ketogenic diet as a vegetarian. I don't think there is. Damn it, what? What are you getting all upset about there, Ricky? Mike, I know who AJ Hawk is. He's an ex-defensive end for the Green Bay. Mike Hawk. Got him! Got him! Oh, Ricky, you mofo, you got me, son. Oh my goodness, you mofo, you. That was a good one, Ricky. Yeah, I've got a sense of humor, boys and girls. Got him. There's this bit, you guys gotta watch Shorzy. It is so freaking funny. But there's a guy called Ted. The guy's called Ted Hitchcock, and they keep saying it's funny because if you say his name real fast, it sounds like 10-inch cock. All right, everyone, it's 8:09. I'm late AF to work. I will be back. Maybe I stream tonight, but I wouldn't hold your breath. 6:30 a.m. PST. Be there, or you're in Epping Square. Well, I say 6:30, but if I can get my morning deuce out, hit the notification bell because I might start streaming earlier. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, love you all. Peace.